Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, Halloween is continuing. It's the second week of the celebrations, and this week the main part of the update is there's a quest with Linda and it's going to involve Galloper Thompson. Linda's been having some visions and I guess we'll get to learn more about them and what they mean. I'm really curious on this, so let's get right into it. So the quests take place in Moorland, and she's right outside of the portal to go to Galloper's Keep. So it's the portal into Moorland, and this portal it's decorated like no other portal on Jorvik. They probably did it for the non-star riders, so it looked really cool and exciting. But let's talk to Linda. We haven't spoken to her since probably doing like some story quest, so let's go. Justine, it's you. It's good you've come. I was just bracing myself for what I would find on the other side. Last night I had a most frightful dream. I saw a forbidding fortress drifting in a boundless expanse of gloom and shadow, and the master of this dark domain was none other than Galloper Thompson. He was restless, impatient for the season when the barriers separating the living from the dead would weaken and allow him to cross. That season has arrived, and now Galloper and his horse ride across the night sky. Some say he is hunting for victims to drag back to his keep. Others think that he is kidnapping lost souls. I've encountered Galloper before. I believe he is misunderstood, tormented, and confused. I want to help him. So here we stand before the gateway to Galloper's Keep. Today, we start getting answers. Let's go together. Follow me. Okay, and I guess we'll go into Galloper's Keep. This already sounds really interesting, so I'm excited to start the whole quest. This is exactly what I saw in my dream. But where's Galloper? Perhaps he is out on his wild hunt across Jorvik. Follow me. Let's find a quiet place to set up camp and think for a moment. I'm thinking this is probably not the best place to go. Here, away from the main fortress. Isn't this where he lives, though? Wow, this is perfect. We'll make camp in the shadow of the tower here. Okay, I'm not sure if she really chose the best spot, but let's see. Away from noisy spirits and hidden in case Galloper comes back. Give me a moment to set up camp. Let me know when you're ready to hear the strange story of Galloper Thompson's life, and his even stranger death. The history books say that a man, Gunnar Thrimson, was a valued and loyal soldier to Jan Jarl nearly 900 years ago. An odd man with a fitting name, Gunnar was described as possessing a dark and brooding nature, but valiant and loyal in all things to Jan Jarl. Eventually, Thrimson became pronounced Thompson as new settlers and tongues landed upon Jorvik in the following centuries. No horse would allow Gunnar to approach it, and the other soldiers and servants avoided Gunnar. They secretly made a mock of him. Perhaps out of jealousy or out of fear, they nicknamed him Galloper, a cruel joke. One day, a wild and fearsome mare appeared, a great black shire, rumored to be from the lands in the east, beyond the Yor Mountains. This horse permitted no other but Galloper near and to ride. At last he had found a companion. She was an immense shire, dark as a moonless night, whose fierce aspect and wild nature unnerved the Jarl's men. The mere presence of the horse distressed and alarmed the other animals, setting them into a panicked and frightful state. Galloper and the Shire became inseparable, and their unique bond a source of wonder and gossip. Galloper Thompson earned a position beside Jan Jarl as his personal bodyguard and advisor. He performed great tasks for Jan Jarl, even defending him against a dangerous uprising of rebellious lords. Resentment and rumor ran rampant through the army. Superstition and fear fed tales of wizardry and dark magic. Hatred overcame dread, and hidden mockery became open derision. The Jarl ordered Galloper be held responsible for his alleged crimes. Galloper was captured and bound, shackled and shammed. He was brought before his king. Jan Jarl stood as lord and judge, passing sentence upon his faithful servant. When Galloper was brought before the executioner's block, hundreds of Jarl's men arrived to celebrate this spectacle. Their previous superstition was proven to righteous when Galloper rose from the executioner's block and revealed his immortality. Folklore and history is muddled here, but the prevailing theory was that the source of Galloper's strength, his bond with the Jarl, and his immortality stemmed from a powerful witch from the Devil's Gap. 1 full year after his execution, the headless Galloper Thompson was spotted riding a flaming mare across the night sky for the first time. There have been sightings every autumn since. As we sit in the shadow of this tower, I can feel that there's more to the story begging to be told. It feels like a word forgotten, but restlessly waiting on the tip of my tongue to be spoken out loud. I can feel something pulling me to the Paddock Island. Perhaps we should investigate. Maybe we can find out what happened that drove Galloper and Jan Jarl apart. We must hurry to the Paddock Island. I sense that something is about to happen there. I'll meet you there. Okay, so we're gonna go to the Paddock Island. Oh, we'll get some XP for our horse. I wonder if there'll be like a race. And of course XP for our character. We get a little bit more. So let's go to Paddock Island. We got a bunch of information. That was definitely a lot of information about Galloper. And it looks like actually if I click on her again, this eye above her head, you can like reread the history on Galloper Thompson, because that was definitely a lot. So if you want to go back to that, I think you can. I can actually spot Galloper Thompson already, but Linda is not here. She is further down on the bridge. Hush, keep your voice down. Galloper arrived just before you got here. We'll wait until he leaves and then investigate to see if we can find what he's come here for. Something seemed off about Galloper, more off than usual at least. See those little dancing lights? I think those are memory fragments. Bring me a handful and I should be able to decipher them. I'll stay here and stand watch just in case Galloper returns. Okay, so we have to collect 15 memory fragments, and yeah, this should be interesting. So they appear as soul shards, it looks like. Yeah, so we'll just collect the 15 of these. This should be pretty simple. Oh my gosh, there is a lot by this, like, island thing that's all abandoned. I wonder if we'll learn about that. Okay, so I just picked up my last one, so now I'm going to return to Linda and hopefully look at all these memories. Good work finding all of them. Give me a moment to make sense of them. This is the night Galloper's horse died. Let me know when you have a moment and I can tell you what I see within this memory. I see a building, a stable by its appearance. It's this place. This was a stable, Galloper's stable. It had been rumored that Galloper's mount could not be stabled with other horses. Is that why it's so far removed? It begins. There is a mob, frightened and superstitious. They surround the stable. They are full of fear and anger. Soldiers move through the milling throng. They are there to take Galloper. This is so interesting. So there was a stable here. Wow. A young man stands in the stable with a great mare. It must be Galloper. His eyes are so green and bright. They are filled with grief. His arms are wrapped around the mare's neck. He is whispering his goodbyes as the soldiers enter the stable. It is just Galloper and his horse facing Jarl's men. Galloper surrenders. The horse snorts and screams her displeasure and fear as the soldiers take him away. She kicks the walls and stamps the floor. The soldiers recoil from her anger. There is confusion. The mob churns and surges. A fire has broken out. Was a lantern thrown into the stable? Was a torch dropped? I cannot see clearly. The smoke and flames blind my view. The stables are ablaze. The horse is trapped. The soldiers struggle to smother the flames. The mob has fallen back, stunned at the spectacle. The mare's screams of terror rise with the flames, matched by Galloper's howls of horror. The flames are extinguished. A stunned silence has settled. Smoke and cinders still float in the air. Galloper has collapsed, overwhelmed by grief and shock. Jan Jarl has arrived, surveying the damage. He stares long at the ruin, anger behind his eyes. His fury rises as he turns to confront Galloper, now slumped upon the ground. Galloper knows the true source of Jan Jarl's anger, the jealousy and craving driving suspicions of betrayal and treachery. But the mare died that night. How did she return? Was it dark magic and witchcraft that was rumored? Did the mysterious witch of legend also endow the Shire with power? It is a sad truth that even good people, when driven by fear, will lash out and destroy the things they do not understand. I'm not sure who or what is pulling me to Jarlheim, but I think that's the next place we'll find answers. Let's ride there together. Maybe that's where we'll find Galloper and another memory. Okay, so now we'll go to Jarlheim. That was definitely extremely interesting. Oh, it looks like she's gonna follow me. Oh, she's riding up there. Okay, that's fine. So I think I'm going to do one more memory of Galloper Thompson, and then I'll share what else is going on in this week's update. And I'll do a part 2 for the quest, because this is a lot of information, so I don't want to do it all in one take, and plus I don't want the video to be super long. But anyways, let's continue the quest. So I'll just do the second memory. Curious. Justine, did you notice everyone is hiding? Galloper must have come here right after he left the burned down stables. It seems he is unable to see or feel the shattered memories. Galloper's riding off again. Let's gather the memory fragments here and then we'll find out where he has gone. I wonder if he knows we're following him. So again, we have to collect 15 of these. Oh, the water's green in the fountain. I guess it's like that for Halloween. And there we go. Oh, we have one more. Where's the last one? Why is Derek over here? That's weird. I wonder if he's gonna be in here in the quest. Something powerful must be contained inside this memory. I can feel it squirming with fear and anger. Wow, amazing. This is Gallopers Death? Galloper is being taken to a place of execution. He is surrounded by the king's men and townsfolk. They jeer and mock him, hurling insults and garbage at him. Now standing before the executioner's block, he seems unmoved to the words being spoken by Jan Jarl. He is given up hope. No, there's a quiet intensity about him. The shock of the king's cruelty and the horrific death of this truest companion has marked him deeply. Numbly he kneels before the block. His lips are moving silently. What is he saying? The masked executioner raises his axe. Oh, I cannot look. The axe drops. His sad green eyes have a slightly startled look, almost as if they see me. Wait, the one cheering crowd falls silent, their faces stunned, filled with horror and alarm. Something is amiss. The body, Galloper's body is moving. It pushed itself up from the block. A green glow, slowly engulfing his headless frame. The crowd is in a panic. They struggle to run away. Some of the soldiers stab at him, to no avail. Something else is happening. The crowd is being hurled aside. It is a shire. Its coat is even darker, so much that it seems to devour the very light. Its mane is so fiery and bright, a blinding abrasion of shadow and flame. It strikes terror into the guards and townsfolk. The few who were able to face the headless revenant are now broken and fleeing. Even yon jarl's nowhere to be seen. Calmly and purposely, Galloper climbs astride the shire's sturdy back. Away they escape, galloping into the sky. And this is the revival of his horse and the true beginning of Galloper Thompson, the headless horseman that haunts Jorvik to this day. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end it there for the quest. The next quest is the Shadow of the Tower. This quest is pretty long, and I'm not sure how many different locations you would have to go to see these different memory fragments, but it is extremely interesting, and I would highly recommend this quest. You do have to go to Star Rider areas, obviously, over in Paddock Island and where I am now. So I'm assuming non-Star Riders can't do this quest, only Star Riders. But yeah. So the next part of the update has to do with the Haunted Trail Ride, and this week apparently there's going to be scattered items like bones that we'll have to bring to Crow the Poe. And last week people were a little bit confused on this, and there was something where you can trade in bones, but you couldn't collect them. And I guess now this week we can do more with that. So I'm going to go on the Haunted Trail Ride and see if I can collect any items. And there's a portal nearby in Jarlheim, so I'll just go to that one and we'll check it out. So again, to go on the Haunted Trail Ride, you can go to Galloper's Keep and just go through the portal that says Haunted Trail Ride. It is by this fire and the picnic stuff over there. So let's go on the Haunted Trail Ride and we'll see what items we can find, and then we'll meet Poe the Crow at the end of the trail. So here we go, let's do this. It is so dark. So it looks like there's already something. It started to rain and I'm still in the beginning of the trail ride, and it looks like there's feathers right here. So yes, raven feathers. So I'm just gonna click on them. They were added to my inventory. I actually have 2 of them. And it says it catches the wind as if it were alive when you're on the Haunted Trail Ride. So that's one of the items I guess you can trade. And I can spot another item over here, so they're simple to find. Again, they just have a little bit of this yellow sparkling thingy, and this is Explosive Potion. So the only thing standing between this potion and a small crater is a thin waxy cork. So that's interesting. I wonder what that will be used for. So another one of these items is right here. I think it's a different item yet. This is Spider Silk. So it says a freshly spun and untarnished spider's web can be an invaluable ingredient for those that know how to use it properly. I can see some more sparkling thingies over here. Again, another item. It looks like we finally have the bone. So I'm going to click on it, and the description says the small pristine bone stirs in your pocket as if pulled by some presence when you're on the Haunted Trail Ride. Another item. So these are luckily very easy to find. Again, we have another Explosive Potion. They're kind of hard to click on, and that was just added, so now I have just 2 of them. But yeah, they are very easy to find, and you could always take the long way of the trail ride, so you make sure you get all of them. You don't have to try to complete it really fast, and they're easy to spot from far away because this place is like dark, foggy, rainy. So, oh, it looks like there's also a rock slide, so we have another raven feather. And I'm just going to complete the rest of it and see how many items I can get. What's happening right here? There's like... Oh geez, is this new? I don't know what would happen if I were to hit one of these, but I'm gonna try to get out of here as soon as I can. What is going on? That was weird. I think that's new. I got to where Poe the Crow was actually up ahead here. I do see one more thingy. I see, oh, a tricky treat. And this one says, biting into these sneaky snacks always reveals a mystery flavor, something delicious, sometimes disgusting. And I actually went through this tunnel the other way. I don't think I ever did that. And if you go through it the opposite way, actually, you do see a big animal pop out, but it won't chase you. So if you don't want to be chased, it's a little bit tricky to find. Oh wait. What? Okay, never mind. I guess I do have to enter from this way, and it looks like the snake is going to face me this time. So hopefully there'll be nothing to collect, because they're kind of hard to pick up, but I think I don't have any more to collect. But yeah, let's finish this and I'll talk to Poe the Crow. So this should be all of them now, so I've collected quite a few items. So there's still more items that I didn't collect. As you can see, here are the other items that I could have found. So it looks like I already have 2 unbroken bones, but to get more of them, you can trade in these thingies. So I guess I'll do that. Hopefully I have enough room in my inventory. But let's trade these for the unbroken bones. Oh, so it just adds it to that. So let's just trade all of these until I can't trade anymore. I had a bunch of feathers, so I was able to trade in a lot. There we go, I traded in my last one. And I wonder what you can get for these bones. I wonder what you can get. Wow, I have 25 of them? It looks like that is all of them. That is the longest I ever spent in the Haunted Trail ride. That's the longest I ever spent, but that was really fun. So now let's finally get out of here, and I think I've collected everything. We'll go down this path and through the portal. So now I'm confused. Now that you have the bones, what do you do with the bones? Do you have to go back to Poe to trade in the bones? Because this cauldron you trade in soul shards, and then with the other ghost that is here, you get those, like, there's that thing with the paper, and then Galloper will chase you, and then you get soul shards if you run away from him. But I'm not sure what you do with the bones. Like, do you have to go back to Poe? Because I thought with Poe you can only get the bones, but can you also get rewards? I'm not really sure. But that's going to be it for part 1. I'll do the rest of the quest, talk a little bit more about the update in another video, and also what's coming next week I'll mention in hopefully that video too. Hopefully coming soon. I'll try my best to record it. But this was an extremely fun update. I've been on the game for quite a while, and obviously I still have lots of things to do. So I really like what they did for this week's celebration, and hopefully it will continue and be really fun for the rest of it. It is actually half over, update number 2 of 4, so it's going by fast. Keep collecting those soul shards. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a like, subscribe for more videos, turn on notifications. I hope this video helped you out. But yeah, I'll see you in another one. Bye guys!